Hey guys, thank you all so much for tuning in for today's video. So today we're gonna talk, I got everything written down about my birth story. Everything that happened, all the details and everything, I wrote it down so I don't forget and I don't miss any topic or any detail that I want to tell you guys. I actually did not have a preference of what way I was going to deliver, okay? Because of my heart, I said, I know at least 75% chance of C-section, 25% chance of natural birth. So I had a C-section, and I'm going to tell you guys why I had a C-section. I went to my perinatal doctor, which is a doctor that looks at the baby's organs, make sure they're developing, heart, lungs, kidneys, skeletal function, brain function, and everything in between. So I got there. I wasn't feeling well. I got there and they're like, you know what? Your blood pressure is high. So I was like, oh God, no way. Being that my blood pressure has never given me problems, and it didn't give me any problems in my pregnancy until that day. So May 31st, I'm sorry. So the doctor says, all right, you're going to get sent to the hospital. We need to monitor you. If everything is fine, you will go home maybe 3 or 4 hours, just as long as we see that your blood pressure is back to normal. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I tell my husband, you know what, go to work, just go, they're gonna monitor me, I'll be fine, and then you can just come after you get off of work, because he was not supposed to come with me to begin with, but I told him I didn't feel well, and he refused to let me go by myself, and every single visit of my pregnancy, he was in it. He did not miss not one appointment. At this time, I was 36 weeks, 5 days. I was 2 days shy of being 37 weeks, okay? It was May 31st, and it was a very fast, emotional day. It went so quick that sometimes I'm like, when did it happen? That's how quick it went. Like, I feel like I suddenly just woke up and I had her in my arms because everything went so fast. So I got to the hospital. They connected me to whatever they had to connect me. I was having some contractions. And they told me the doctor's gonna come after she's done with her clinic hours. So I was like, okay, cool. Clinic hours came and she wasn't there yet. So I asked and I'm like, hey, do you guys know everything about my doctor? Anything about my doctor? So they're like, oh, you know what? She's in room 11 and she's delivering a baby. So I was just like, oh, okay. So they're like, so let's see when she comes in here what she wants to do. She might even want to deliver you tomorrow morning. So at the time, I got my phone, I texted my husband, and I told him, go to the house, bring the bags, because it looks like I'm gonna stay here overnight and I will most likely deliver tomorrow morning. So maybe 20-30 minutes pass. A doctor comes in, she checks me out, and she's like, you know what, your blood pressure's high, you're having contractions, I don't want to wait to see what's gonna happen. I don't want to wait and see if it's gonna go down, because what if I wait for it to go down and it goes higher up, and then things get riskier and out of hand. And sure enough, so she got there, she's like, you know what, let me make a phone call. She came back and she said, you're gonna get a C-section. So I was just like, oh my God. So at this time had already passed. Henry should have already been getting home, to the hospital. And so sure enough, he walks in, and on the hallway there was a nurse, and the nurse told him, we're having a baby tonight. So he walks in the room and he's extremely pale, okay? He's extremely pale, and I'm like, what happened? He's like, what's going on? He was so out of it. I'm like, it looks like I'm having a C-section tonight. That must have been around 7 o'clock, 7:30-ish. And so they're like, all right, we're going to get you ready. When was your last meal? 1 p.m. And then they shaved me. TMI, I know, but this is motherhood. This is reality. So they shaved me more than I had already, trimmed or whatever. And then my last meal was at 1 p.m. The anesthesia, I did get it once I was in the operating room. That experience, it was not so bad. I honestly could tell you guys that I didn't feel anything. I don't know. I didn't feel anything. However, I did get cold. Like, I started shivering. I guess it's just a reaction. But it wasn't over the top, something that would be like, oh my god, I'm dying. No, it was tolerable. The procedure to me seemed quick. I'm pretty sure it was quick. I'm pretty sure it was under like, I'm sure it was less than an hour and a half, the whole procedure. Okay, it was not that long. It just went so quick. I'm telling you, everything just went so quick. They prepared me, they put the anesthesia, they got her out, and she was born at 9:19 p.m. Okay, being that around 7:30ish, I was still fully conscious. I was awake. I was shivering. I had some nausea, and I did feel some sort of like, just like the tugging and moving of, whenever you're taking out the baby. But it was, like I said, it was not over the top, something that you're going to be dying for. However, everybody has different reactions to stuff. I was cold. I was freezing. That room, operating rooms are always freezing, and that's for the safety and the bacterias and all that stuff that's in the air. Towards the end, when they pulled her out, I got to see her really quick. I was having nausea, so I was just like, take her away, I was like, no. I thought I was gonna throw up, so I was like trying to push the baby away. The nausea was just like a couple of nausea feeling, maybe 5 times the most, and then there it was over. The next thing I knew, they were taking me into the recovery room. In the recovery room, she was in one of the little, not an incubator, but in one of the little bed things with the heater on, and she was there for a little while I was sent back to my regular room. So once I was fine and more awake, they sent me to my room, which was like 2 hours later. So that was around 11 o'clock p.m. My incision was about 4.5 inches long, and then it's very thin. I was also instructed to massage it. Why massage it? Because massaging the area of the incision will help your layers of skin stick together and recover and fully heal. The stinging pain, it was there, but I was on pain medication, so it was tolerable. I was just, my whole time having pain or was more inconvenient, like, was just getting up, sitting down, using the restroom, and all that stuff. I actually don't feel like I had ongoing pain while I was there, because I was given medication to keep up with the pain, so I honestly didn't feel any. Pain and symptoms, I was giving Tylenol and Motrin. The pain was more like of a sting type. My legs got really swollen. Maybe a week and a half into being home was when it finally unswelled. My bleeding was very, I don't want to say it was heavy, because it wasn't, because when you have a C-section, the doctors, they take everything out and you have minimal bleeding, but you still bleed. They did give me some mesh type underwear with some pads that were kind of big, and then you had to like stick two together to have it like from the front all the way to the back. And that didn't bother me. The mesh underwear didn't bother me. They were very helpful. They gave me a peri bottle with like warm water, and that's what I had to use to like wash my area down there. However, I did like that method, and I still have the peri bottle. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it. I like it as an idea for when I'm on my period. It's not a bad idea of washing yourself and keeping yourself clean and fresh throughout the day. I stopped bleeding about 2, maybe 3 weeks later. It wasn't that long. The recovery and aftercare was like no lifting, no housework, no stairs. They did give me a belly band to help my stomach get back into shape. I was bleeding for 15 days, like I said. Then 6 weeks later, I got my period. 6 weeks later, I started my period. It was a very light flow, rarely any pain of cramps. It was very light, extremely light. It was perfect. If you ask me, it was perfect. I don't mind having my period like that for the rest of my life. Everything, came out well. I was scared as shit, I ain't gonna lie. I was scared for my incision to open, to get infected, to get swollen. So it's all normal. However, everybody has different reactions to things. My experience, I don't know. Right after my birth of Valentina, I felt like, what did I get myself into because I got a C-section? Now, almost 2 months postpartum, I feel like it's not a bad experience, but I wouldn't know how to compare it to labor, to know, natural labor, if that's better, if C-section is better. But honestly, I hated the recovery, because if you don't have somebody to help you at home with the dishes, picking up stuff, helping you do stuff around the house in general, it sucks, because you have to do it yourself, and you're told not to bend, not to grab, not to carry. I live upstairs, so stairs was just impossible. The first month was really hectic, because of my health, because of her health. And if you guys missed the procedure where where the video where I talk about her health condition, don't forget to click it, to go in there and click the video and see it for yourself. So all that stuff in 1 month was just draining, overwhelming. We're finally getting ourselves back together and just hoping for the best. But I hope that I covered everything, and I hope that you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments, suggestions, tips, recommendations, anything you guys feel. Please leave it down below. I do like conversating with you guys. And let me show you her. She just finished her bottle, and she has not went to sleep. Look at her. Valentina. Hi, Mama. Hi. My bed makes so much noise. How embarrassing. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you guys are doing great. I will be making more videos. I am vlogging. Please don't forget to give those videos some love. If not, I'm gonna stop doing them, and I don't want to do them. I actually enjoy making them. So thank you all so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.